Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent teaching instructor with the IRS. Welcome to my YouTube video. It's the home of the 5-minute video. I teach and give you education and inform you and tell you inside information from a former IRS agent, a very relaxed setting. My office is across the street. I like to just shoot my YouTubes here at home where I'm really relaxed, overlooking all the palm trees in South Florida here. So anyway, thank you for listening. I can tell you everything that you need to know within 5 minutes. I've worked over, how many cases? 10,000 cases. I'm a national, I'm an expert, a national. I always use natural. I'm a national expert in IRS resolution matters. I have a whole team of former IRS agents on staff. You can go ahead and see. By the way, if you want to see me a suit and tie, I've been on many TV station interviews like Fox Business, ABC, NBC, CBS, Newsmax, NTD, a bunch of stations. You can look at my videos and my team at 777irs.com, 777irs.com. There's information to contact me and everything. So as a former IRS agent, I was a revenue officer. And that's a funny story. One of the jobs I did was to, as a revenue officer, you file many liens, wage garnishments, and bank levies. I went ahead and had to sign so many federal tax liens. There were days nobody else was there, and they dumped the liens on me when I started because I was enough of a grade to do that. I actually changed my signature. I used to write out Michael D. Sullivan. Now I only sign my name with an S. That's how many federal tax liens that I have signed. So anyway, I want to tell you about the federal tax lien and when it arises. That's the main story. You don't want to know about how my signature goes. A federal tax lien arises when you owe over $10,000 in tax. It doesn't seem it can arise. I've seen IRS not file liens. I don't know why, but when you owe over $10,000 and IRS makes a formal demand to collect that tax liability and you don't pay it, or you don't respond to them, they are going to file. It gives them the right to file a federal tax lien. Let me tell you what the process is so you know how this works. IRS, when you send in your tax return, you start to create a valid tax assessment if you owe a bill, okay? IRS sends you a CP-14, followed 6 weeks later by a 501, 6 weeks later by a 503, 6 weeks later by a 504, 6 weeks later to a 1058. If you don't do anything by the time that 1058 letter goes out, IRS will, after that, file a federal tax lien. They may send a wage garnishment levy and a bank levy out. They have full access to take enforcement action. So basically, if you want to stop that process, you want to usually get the liability under $10,000. If they've already filed the lien and you owe over $25,000, if you get it under $25,000 and make 3 direct deposit payments, they will release the lien. But the lien, you should know, does not show up on your credit report. It doesn't do that because the Fair Trade Reporting Act, you have to have such criteria that a creditor can look at that on your report. IRS doesn't put certain information on the lien, so you're not going to find it on your credit report. You will only find that at the public records. That's where IRS files that lien. What is a tax lien attached to? Everything that you own now and in the future. Technically, it attaches to things like your furniture and your car, your real property, personal property. It attaches to everything. But in reality, it really only affects, even though it should affect everything, it only really affects your actual real property. So if someone does a property search on you, they will find that there is a federal tax lien there. So remember, if you owe over $10,000 and IRS has made formal demand by sending out letters to your last known address, you may have moved but not let IRS know. But if they did send them to your last known address and you did not get them because you moved, IRS will file that federal tax lien. And how are you going to get it released? Well, there's a couple ways. There's 3 ways to get the liens released. You either get them under $25,000 and make 3 payments like I told you to IRS on direct pay, Number two, you pay the liability off, you can get it released, or you can get the lien lifted through the offer and compromise. By the way, when you get your 1058 letter, which is at the end of the cycle of 5 letters they sent, you can go ahead and say, hey, don't file the lien, I have an impending something, and many times they can withhold the filing of the federal tax lien. Don't get a lien if you can help it. If you have any questions, give me a call. You need representation, give me a call. If this information was good, please give me a subscription. We really thrive on those because YouTube does. Thank you very much. Leave questions and comments up there. I thank you for listening.